So thank you everyone that you keep that you stay with us. This is again me, Alexandra Borisova. I'm the executive director of the conference, and I welcome you for the last and I would say the most pleasant part or less difficult to follow part. We have today two award ceremonies. And to introduce the climate grant, I asked the president of the European Federation for Science Journalism, Franz Sotterman, please.
Hi, good afternoon, or good evening already. Yeah, I just had a panel. I quickly switched into a more festive approach. Well, good evening. This is the EFSJ Climate Grant Laureates we are going to show you today. Well, welcome to the EFSJ Climate Investigation Grant Ceremony, where we will announce the laureates of both the prize money provided by the BNP Paribas Foundation and the Next Journalism Prize provided by the Centre de Formation des Journalistes, or CFJ Paris. The Climate Investigation Grant, or Climate Grant for short, is an investigative grant to support journalistic projects about climate change science that have not yet been published. This is the second time the grants are awarded. The previous version of the grant was hosted 2 years ago by the French Association for Science Journalists, or ABSW, in collaboration with the BNP Paribas Foundation. This year, the jury had to judge 30 projects submitted by 66 journalists from 30 different countries, including 9 partnerships between European and African journalists. But before we continue announcing the winners of the grants, a few words for both BNP Paribas and CFJ Paris. I hope both are here. First, do we have Natalia Paramanova from BNP? Are you ready?
We are trying to connect her. Maybe first, Laurent can speak.
Yes, or Julie Jolie from the CFJ Paris.
Just
and otherwise,
a moment. Yeah.
And otherwise, Laurent is also fine to have a few words if he'd like. He was the chair of the jury, and he did do a very good job because it was really difficult to get everything together in such a fashion.
Thank you, Krijn. I just wanted to thank you too to let us organize this grant, and thank. I hope we can hear soon BNP Paribas and CFJ Paris, and also announce our laureates. I just want to say that it was the first time I was part of a jury. It was along with experts and very good journalists. I hope that some of them listen to us. So hello Rosa, if you're here. Hello Vera. Hello Michele, and hello Krijn. Olivier Dangle too from France. What can I say? 30 applications, 30 countries. I can say one thing. None of the application was irrelevant. We had a really hard time choosing only 3. It was really a hard call to choose only 3 of them among 30 very good applications. That's all I can say. So, in a way, where it's always hard to choose. It's a hard decision. It's a bittersweet taste to only give 3 grants. We should have given like 30 grants, but here we are. So we are proud to announce very soon the three grants, the 3 laureates, 3 teams.
Yeah. About the 3 teams, do you already have Natalie or Julie here?
Sorry, can we ask you to write a question and answers, Natalie and Julie, if you see us?
I see Natalie in the
Natalie
panelists.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
The floor is yours, or the digital one.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. So my name is Natalie, and I'm attending with my colleague, Emilie. We both work for the BNP Paribas Foundation, which is one of the climate investigation grant partners. First of all, we would like to thank all the journalists for their submissions and warmly congratulate the laureates of this 2020 climate investigation grant. Aligned with the BNP Paribas Foundation commitment to support environmental research, it is a great pleasure to renew our action with the EFSJ in order to foster communication and awareness-raising initiatives about climate change, as well as networking. So again, this year, we are very impressed with the quality of the projects that will be awarded today, along with their innovative and comprehensive aspects. Of course, we also would like to thank the jury for their time and their precious help. Now we very look forward to the results and publications. So thanks again to all those involved, and may be the force with the laureates to carry out your projects.
Thank you very much. So, I think I just saw Julie joining us.
Yes.
Julie, I don't know what you've seen from the first few minutes of this ceremony.
I've seen it all. I couldn't speak. I could see. Hi, everybody. Oh. I am the director of the French school, the Centre de Formation des Journalistes, the Center for Journalism in Paris. And this year we joined the association to give our grant, the Next Journalism Prize, to what we think could be the more sustainable and replicable project for journalism. I am very happy because this Next Journalism Prize was built for the next generation of journalists, and I think it's so exciting to be contributing to climate journalism now, climate investigation after this long month of COVID and so it was such a strange period for journalism and for everybody and for schools especially. So yes, of course we are delighted to join and to have an award to give this year, which is our first year with the association. So I'm very glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Well, before we continue, maybe we could also check if we, well, I think I just should start in no specific order with a drum roll and announce our winners, our grantees. I'd first start with Natalia Paramanova, Evgenia Zulanova, and Daria Chekalskaya. They are a team from Russia and Finland, and their project, The Cows Are Eternal, Permafrost is Permanent, is awarded 4,850 euros to, well, build their project. Cheer and applause everywhere. If it is possible to maybe get them into the panelist list as well, then I continue with our next winner. This Klaatje Jaspers. She's a Dutch investigative journalist, and along with her Zambian colleague Bella Zulu, they won 4,000 euros for their story on biased biomass. And our third winner is Jocelyn Timperley, India Bork, Ludel Bell, and Matt Hope. They are co-founders of the newsletter From a Climate Correspondent, or FACC, and their project is awarded 3,150 euros, and they're also awarded the Next Journalism Prize. So they will go or to Paris, or, well, we'll see how that's going to work, as they have a very interesting format for like new media, if internet's still new, but well, we'll see. Thank you very much all for listening, and if any of our winners are in the chat already or in the panelist list, maybe they can join, and maybe we can just cheer on the fact that you won this prize. Do I have any information? Yeah, I see some people clapping. Maybe we should open our microphone so we can all hear.
Yay!
I wasn't really sure how that was going to work. Anyway, we gave it a good try. Before we continue our packed program, a lot of thanks again to Laurent Simon, who did most of all the hard work for this grant, and maybe, well, we just saw him on Zoom. Also for the other members of the jury who had to read all the applicants in no specific order as well. Rosa Roman Cuesta, Vera Noveis, Michele Cantanzaro, sorry, and Olivier Dangles. And let's not forget Yves Siama, he was a great help behind the scenes. Well, then on to the European Science Journalist of the Year Award. It's a bit quick. Of course, we normally would have had like a band and some drinks and some champagne, but briefly on this award. The award was first launched in 2014 by the Association of British Science Writers, or ABSW, with the support from Johnson&Johnson. Initially, it was called European Science Writer of the Year Award, but that was later extended to all forms of journalism. Well, therefore, it was renamed Journalist instead of Science Writer. Sorry. And the newly established European Federation for Science Journalism stepped in as a co-organizer. The jury of experienced journalists evaluated the text published during the year 2019 that were submitted by either the National Science Journalism Associations or by self-nomination. So, but before we continue, many thanks, of course, to the chair of the judges. Is that the correct term, by the way? Ben Dayton, are you anywhere near any microphone and or camera?
I'm here. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Great. So I believe it falls to me to announce the winners of the European Science Journalist of the Year Award. I have to say, first of all, that it was a really, really hard task the judges had to choose the winners. There were some amazing entries and there was really inspiring articles that we had to work through. So it was very, very difficult choice. That said, we have 3 winners. So I'll run through the winners in reverse order. So the third runner-up is Stan van Pelt, and I believe hopefully Stan is with us. The judges were really impressed by the article he submitted. It was about the importance of ERC grants. It followed a researcher through their ultimately unsuccessful attempts to get an ERC grant. It was full of detail and color and a beautifully told story. So do we have Stan? Are you around? Could you signal your presence in the Q&A, Stan, if you're online?
I don't see him in the list. That's unfortunate.
A round of applause anyway. We maybe call him later.
Great. So then our second runner-up was Micho Tatalovic, and I'm sorry if I've pronounced that not exactly right. I've done my best. And the judges were really impressed by Micho's all of the efforts that he's made towards science journalism. Micho has been an advocate for science journalism for many years. He's been involved in science journalism. He's promoting science journalism and making things possible that weren't previously possible. And on top of that, he submitted some really great stories. The judges liked in particular a story about strange evolution, the future of life on Earth that included zeppelinoids, floating beings. So it was all extremely interesting story. And Micho, are you around?
He's online with us. He needs to be unmuted.
Hi, thank you very much. It's an honor to be shortlisted for this award. So yeah, thank you everyone who was involved in organizing and judging it.
Thanks, Micho. And then perhaps a drum roll for our winner of the 2002 Science Journalist of the Year. It's Maria Pazi. So congratulations to Maria Pazi. And the judges were extremely impressed by Maria's long-form science journalism. One example included an article on cyber DNA. One line stood out: the big brother of the 20th century literature turned out to be an algorithm, looking at how algorithms affect our lives. Really interesting, really important science journalism. And the judges felt that Maria used the science to tell the story. Not just write about science, but use science to tell the story. So congratulations, Maria. Are you online?
She's here, yes.
She needs to unmute as well.
Turn your microphone on. Maria, turn your microphone on, please. Unmute yourself. Unmute.
Maria?
Маш, включи микрофон.
Yes, I'm sorry. I had a couple of technical problems. What was the question? I'm sorry.
We congratulate you.
Yeah. Oh yes, I'd like to thank the European Association, the Russian Association of Science Journalism, the chair of judges. Thank them for their work, and thank you for welcoming here. And I'm honored and obviously very, very nervous. So yeah, thank you for welcoming me here.
Well, I think you had an absolute great story. It was very well woven with all the difficult technical terms, and it was done very well. Just you're absolutely
Okay.
you were the number one of all of the jury. So Ben, are you still there?
Great, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to turn off the microphone, I think.
Yeah, it feels a bit weird this way, but I think that was it for today. Or at least, well, I think we have one part in the program. Fabio, what's next up in the program? I think it is the conclusions.
The conclusions for this very exhilarating day. I want to thank everyone for being here with us today. I am just checking, and the numbers of the registrants. We had 587 registered participants, and we had a very wide following all along the day. So of course, several people connected only for a few parts. The whole conference will be available online between tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. I think it was a very painful at times. For sure, it was not easy to organize because we tried twice to have a meeting in person, and we dealt with the evolving situation of COVID-19. And I want to thank particularly Alexandra Sasha Borisova, who is on stage with us and who has been assisting the whole day with a lot of technical trouble, and I think we dealt with it quite well. I want to thank very much Daniela Ovadia, who chaired the program committee. And I think that I also need to thank the technicians, Giovanni, who followed the whole day, and our moderator from Russia, who also gave a great help, Arina Pushkina, who was there. I don't know if you can turn on your camera just to say hello, Arina, or maybe you didn't expect it, so okay.
Hi, thank you very much, guys.
Well, thank you for the very good job. I want to thank the European Federation of Science Journalism, which also helped with those, also with these awards, and that I think will start also to build the tradition of support for good projects in science journalism. I will thank, of course, our supporters, which starting from Area Science Park that hosted us and that has also given a great support for the whole day and will host our annual meetings tomorrow. And I want to thank the Eureka Alert, the Night Science Journalism program at the MIT, Copernicus, the ECM, I don't remember exactly the acronym, but you've seen the whole day running all the logos, and the EMBL. I think we can just say goodbye to the next occasion, hopefully in person. And I think we can just congratulate again the winners of the award and the grant, and say a big see you soon in person. So thank you very much.